So we'll continue with the problem. So first stage, what we have done in the crashing process, we have found out that the normal duration of completion of the project is 12 days and the associated direct cost is 45,500. This normal duration we have got from the CPM calculation. We have drawn the square network, and in the square network we've incorporated against each of the normal times its crash time value. Okay. So I said for crashing process, we need to go for crashing the critical activities, and we have three critical activities here and one parallel non-critical activity with a total float of 4 days. Now, to identify which of the critical activity has to be crashed first, we have seen the cost slope value, and we found that 1, 2 activity has got a lowest cost slope of 1220 250 rupees, and therefore we are crashing a 1, 2 by 4 days. Why 4 days? Because the parallel path is having 4 days of total float available, and in that process it will just become critical, and there is no harm in going for completely crashing 1, 2 by 4 days. So we have done here, and we have found out what is the extra cost incurred because of crashing 1, 2 by 4 days. And we found that it is 5,000 rupees, which is cost slope of 1, 2 multiplied by 4 days of crashing. And therefore, the direct cost for 12 minus 4, 8 days is direct cost for 12 days plus extra cost incurred by crashing activity 1, 2 by 4 days, which comes out to be for 50,700. Now we go for the second stage of crashing. So before we go to the second stage, we have to update the square network. So here is the updated square network, which is having a duration of 8 days now. So activity 1, 2 has been crashed from 1 to 5 to 1 day. Okay. And there is no further crashing possible because it cannot be brought to zero. So from 5 days, it has been brought to 1 day. So no further crashing is there. And therefore, I'm showing it as a hatched red line. Okay. Red activity. So meaning that there is no crashing further possible. Now, we have three critical paths. Look at that, three critical activities. Because this activity 1, 3 has also become critical in that process. So, what has to be done here? We have two parallel paths. So, path 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, which is shown here. And path 2 is 1, 3, 4, okay, which is shown here. Now, in that first path, 1, 2 is been completely exhausted in its crashing. No further crashing is possible. So what we have to do when you encounter parallel paths like this, we have to go for combinations of crashing. That means each path has to be retained as critical till the end of the crashing process. So whatever is being done on one of the paths should be carried out for the same next path as well. Okay, so that both remain as critical till the end of the crashing process. So therefore, we have to look at combinations now. Now we have basically two paths, and we can combine like this. Look at that. In this first path, we have 2, 3 and 3, 4 activity. And in the second path, we have 1, 3 and 3, 4. Of these two paths, 3, 4 is common for these two activities. These two paths rather. 3, 4 is common, and 2, 3 and 1, 3 are separate activities. So we have two combinations here. First combination is crashing 2, 3 and 1, 3 each along both the paths. And the second option is going for crashing 3, 4, which will be common for both the paths. Okay, so that is what we have found out here. Okay, and that is continued here. Look at that. So crashing 2, 3 and 1, 3 by 2 days. Now, by how many days we have to see? So you see, crashing 2, 3 and 1, 3. Each has got 2 days of crashing. Here also 2 days of crashing possibility. Here 3 days of crashing possibilities there. So whatever I do, I cannot take here 3 days and then these 2 days. So I have to do uniform options uniformly for each of the options. Therefore, what I do is I'm taking minimum, which is 2 days crashing here, 2 days crashing here. Therefore, still 2 days crashing here. So I'll take these two combinations first, crashing 2, 3 and 1, 3 along each of the two paths, and crash each of the activities by 2 days each, 2 days. And then the second option is going for crashing 3, 4 by 2 days. So what is the extra cost incurred in each of the process I'm looking at? So crashing 2, 3 and 1, 3 by 2 days each will incur an extra cost because we are crashing two activities along two paths. Therefore, the combined cost slope has to be taken. So cost slope of 2, 3 plus cost slope of 1, 3 multiplied by 2 days of crashing. So since I'm combining two paths and I'm crashing one activity on each of the paths, each by 2 days, I'm doing this combined cost loop. So combined cost loop of 2, 3 plus combined cost loop of 1, 3 multiplied by 2 days of crashing. So cost loop of 2, 3, if you see the previous, 2, 3 was 1400, 1, 3 is 750, and 3, 4 is 3000. So using the data, I've got 1400 rupees is the cost loop of 2, 3 plus 750 multiplied by 2, which gives a increase in cost of 4300. So this is the first option. Second option is crashing 3, 4 alone because 3, 4 is a common activity for both the paths. So if I crash 3, 4, it means it is crashing for both the paths since it is common for both the paths by 2 days. So cost loop of 3, 4 multiplied by 2 days, which gives an extra cost of 4000 rupees. Okay. So of these two combinations, we find that the second combination is giving a lowest increase in cost. So 4000 is the extra cost. Here it is 4300. Therefore, we're going for the second option. Okay. So choosing the second option, the direct cost now becomes 8 minus 2 for 6 days of project completion. It is direct cost for 8 days plus 2 days of crashing. Okay. Which is 4000. 54,700 is the direct cost incurred for 6 days of completion of the project. This is from stage 2. Now we go to stage 3. So for stage 3, again, we have to update the network. So we have now what have been done. 1, 2 has been crashed in the first stage, and 3, 4 has been crashed in the second stage. So one more day of is left out in 3, 4 now. So 3, 4 has been crashed from uh, 4 days to 2 days. So one more day is left out here. Now this 2, 3 and 1, 3 are not yet crashed. Okay. So in stage 3, we are again looking at the same combinations only because two options are only available now. But then even though 2 days of crashing is possible along these two paths, these two activities, still this parallel path has got this parallel combination has got just one more day of crashing, and therefore I will take only 1 day for each of these. So crashing 2, 3 and 1, 3 by 1 day each incurs a cost of 2150, and crashing 2, 4 by 1 day incurring a cost of 2000 rupees. So here also 3, 4 is having the lowest cost, and therefore we are choosing this option now. So now completely 3, 4 has been exhausted, and the the time of completion of the project is 5 days now, and therefore the direct cost for 5 days is direct cost for 6 days plus extra cost of crashing by 1 day is 2000. Now it becomes 56,700. Now the stage 4, here again we have to go and update the network. Unless we go for the updation, we cannot further proceed with the analysis. Now, what is the option now? So 3, 4 has been completely crashed. Okay. And we have again these two options. Okay. So crashing 2, 3, 2, 3 by 2 days is possible, and crashing 1, 3 by again 2 days is possible. So that option is still left out for us. So that's the only possible option now. So which is we have already seen that it is incurring a extra cost of 4300 rupees. So we are going for that option and crashing each of these activities by days. We will get an extra cost of 4300 rupees. And now the project duration reduces to 5 minus 2, 3 days of completion. So the direct cost for 3 days of completion is direct cost of 5 days plus extra cost of crashing by 2 days, which is 61,500. So this now completes the crashing process. As you can see, all of the activities have been completely crashed. No further crashing is possible. And it is not required necessary that all the activities should be crashed completely. Once the crashing process comes to an end, we have to stop the crashing. But in this project, it so happens that all the activities have completely exhausted their crashing possibility. Okay. So we have completed with the crashing process, and now we can go and find out what is the total cost by adding the indirect cost values with the direct cost value. So we started with a project duration of 12 days. Then we reduce it to 8 days, 6 days, 5 days, and 3 days. So accordingly, I'm just writing down the direct cost values here. Now, indirect cost was 1550 rupees per day. This was the data given in the problem itself. So we have just need to multiply 1550 for each of the number of days of completion. So if you do that, just add a total cost Okay, so we get this row, and finally identify which is the optimum cost or the minimum total cost which will incur the best time of completion of the project. So if you see here, there is a trend like this: 64,300, 63,100, 64,000 keeps increasing. So 63,100 is the lowest total cost, which is associated with the optimum duration of 8 days. Therefore, optimum duration of completion of the project is 8 days, and the minimum total cost is rupees 63,100. So this is how we have to complete the optimum time minimum cost relationship. So one important thing that we have to understand here is CPM calculation would have given us a project duration of 12 days, which would have literally incurred the 64,300 rupees as the total cost of completion of the project. But if we would have, if we had taken this data, we would have literally incurred a higher cost only. So by doing this crashing process or identifying what is the integration of time and cost, we are able to have a reduced time of completion. So that option is giving us a better or a best optimum time of completion of the project. So always CPM calculation alone is not sufficient. We have to go for the integration of time and cost into it. So we'll do some more problems in the next sessions. Thank you.